Good morning, guys. My name is Phil. Welcome back to Miranda Detailing. Guys, the pollen is here. So here in Richmond, Virginia, pollen season has started. It is really bad. Check this out. Yeah, that's how bad it is. And when the wind blows, this stuff just goes everywhere. It's in the air right now. If you catch it in the right light, you can actually see it just floating around in the air. Ugh. Yeah. Now, pollen, if you look at it on a microscopic level, it is like a little spiky ball. You do not want to use any type of quick detailers or dry clean your vehicle in any way. Dry touch it. Don't even do that. Wash your vehicle per usual. It's within a few minutes, it's going to get a layer of pollen on it. Again, leave it alone. Don't touch it until the next wash. Don't worry, it's just, a season. In about a month or so, it will die off and be semi back to normal. But this is going to be the worst of it. So what we have to do is wash this vehicle quickly, and we're going to pull it in. So we're going to be doing a full detail on this, including a paint enhancement and not a ceramic coating, but some sort of a ceramic spray coating. But let's take a look at it. It is in pretty rough shape on the outside. Inside, not so bad. We may show a little bit of the inside, but the paint is in rough shape. It's a Honda CR-V, and typically, from our experience, many Hondas have soft paint. Honda and Acura. So, hopefully, we can make this thing look so much better. Ugh. Yeah, that's really, really bad. Look at that thick layer of pollen. That is insane. And we just came back from a trip in Pennsylvania. We visited Gabe Fletcher's shop, Total Detailing, and we did some training with the guys up there with our detailing workshop. So if that is something of interest to you, you want one-on-one, hands-on training, then we can provide that for you. We can also provide online training if you prefer. So we can do it right here in our shop, in our garage shop, and check out the information down below if you are interested in the detailing workshop training. So let's get started on this. We're going to do our usual rinsing, the pre-wash phase. Our APC rinsing is our pre-wash phase. So we'll do that, clean up all the paint, decon it as far as using a clay mitt, clay bar. We may not need any type of iron removal or tar removal, we will see. And then we will do the interior as well, and I'll show a little bit of that, but let's get started on this. And as usual, if you are interested in these videos, if you're enjoying them, don't forget to like them and subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss stuff. We just pulled it in and we final rinsed it, did all the wheels as you saw. And the deconning process with the clay mitt, it didn't feel like it picked up a whole lot, but we'll inspect the paint and we'll see if it needs any more clay barring anywhere else. But let's dry it. We wanted to pull it in before the pollen really started to fall on it. Hopefully it should be much better in here. We're going to blast the AC and let's get to drying it. Now let's inspect. Wow, that is really bad. So let's see what we can do to improve that. We'll choose some products and we will see what we can do to improve it by about 50, maybe 75%, depending on the paint. We'll see how soft it is, how finicky it is to finish out. But this is not going to be a paint correction, paint enhancement. So we will judge how far to go depending on our communication with the customer and what they expect. So very important to communicate with the customer. Now for some of you who watch these videos, some are looking for 100% correction. They come on YouTube to watch those types of details. Be wary of those and don't think that that is the standard across the board. Remember, enthusiast detailing is different from professional detailing as a business. I'm not saying that enthusiasts are not professionals. I use professional in the sense of business. That's how I use that term. Take that into consideration when you hear me say professional. I mean business, not enthusiast. Because an enthusiast way of thinking is they're going to shoot for 100% perfection. Because for one, they already have their own full-time job. This is not their business, even though they may make money on it. It's not their primary source of income. That's what I mean. Makes a huge difference. Do not confuse those. So they can go as far as they want. It's something that's of a passion for them and they want to shoot for perfection. Now, as a business, to do that every single time can actually put you in the red. Unless your customers are paying for it and expecting it. So remember all of those variables and remember the type of business that you're watching here on YouTube. So there are many different businesses here on YouTube, different types of detailers. Some are going to shoot for 100% perfection or close to it because that's what their customers are expecting. But that's not the majority. In fact, that's a very small, minute number of detailers who have a business like that. The rest of us are shooting for improvement. We are trying to improve the paint, get it done quickly, efficiently, without cutting corners in that way, and delivering an amazing service to the customer, an amazing finish, so that they're happy, we're happy, and we get paid. We have to get paid. If we do not run this like a proper business, then we're going to lose money, go out of business, and all of this stops. So you have to keep all of that in mind. So when you see us working on the vehicle here and there's going to be certain defects that we are not going to shoot for perfection, we're not going to try to get out 100% because we know the customer, we've communicated with them, and also we are realistic. We know that this is a daily driver. It's not a sports car, it's not a garage queen, and even if it was, we would do exactly the same thing with that vehicle, with that customer. Not shooting for perfection and making sure that the end result is what the customer wants, not what the majority of people watching these types of videos wants to see. This is reality. So we have to keep that in mind, and you have to keep that in mind. So going forward, we are going to, what, do the interior first and then exterior? What do you think?
I don't know.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to just hit all of the trim and make sure that's all soaking, because there is a lot of plastic here. So we're going to treat all the plastic and all the trim pieces, and then we're going to get started on the interior. Not a ton on the interior. I mean, the carpets are bad, leather will need to be cleaned up, but it's no disaster at all. So we'll clean everything up in here and get this looking good, and then we will concentrate on the exterior paint. So we just finished the interior. Not a ton of work to show here, but you saw how we cleaned the leather, cleaned the carpets, steamed everything, and using the Scrub Ninja on the leather. That stuff is awesome. So we're using some of the Mcguire's leather conditioner right there in that bottle. That's really, really nice stuff. We like it. If it is a little too glossy for you, because it's a slightly above satin finish, you can just wipe it, with the towel and kill down that gloss if you don't like it. But I like the way it smells and I like the way that it conditions. So I'm going to show you guys something on the back here. We're going to use this product from Vonix. This is their Intense. And this is also an interior, more designed for plastic than for leather. But, as we all know, the leather in here is basically a vinyl. It's a plastic. It's a coated vinyl and plastic. So you could use it on there. But let's use it on the back mat here. So this was just cleaned. We scrubbed it. We steamed it. It's dried. So now we're going to apply this onto it. So shake up. Uh-oh. I didn't close that cap. I just made a mess. Let me just clean that up. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake.
You call yourself a professional?
No, I call myself a human. Like no one else has made any mistakes ever? No. All right, I'm going to apply a little bit on here. Butterfly it. This stuff has a nice, interesting smell. It almost smells like a girly lotion. But it smells nice. I like it.
You like girlies?
Of course. Now, after everything is all applied, you can let it soak in for a little bit, or you can go to knocking the shine down if you don't like it, which really, this doesn't have much of a gloss to it. It kind of sucks into the plastic and just makes it look clean and fresh and new. I like it a lot. Of course, different plastics will react differently. So if you don't like the application of a certain product on leathers and plastics, wait and try it on a different vehicle with different type of plastic. Some are more porous than others, more textured than others, some are drier, some need a lot of hydration, some don't need a lot of hydration, some may have been coated and they don't take to any type of dressing at all. So you may think, oh, this product isn't good, but in actuality, you're not taking all those things into consideration. Check all those variables first and then make your mind up on a product. Oh, that looks beautiful. All the plastics are conditioned back here. Awesome. All the rest of the leather getting conditioned, looking really, really nice. We're pretty much done on the interior. You need to wipe down the leather?
You want to film the driver's seat?
Oh yeah. Now, once again, if this is not your desired look, then switch out to a different leather conditioner, whichever one that you like. If you want one that leaves almost a matte, completely matte finish, like nothing's on it at all, then something like this, Leather Lock, or even the Dr. Beasley's Leather Cream. This will leave absolutely no sheen at all, just natural. So after it's cleaned, and you have that nice matte look, apply either of these, and you can even apply this and let it dry, and then you can apply that on top of it. Either way, it doesn't matter because it's going to leave absolutely no sheen whatsoever. So again, that's optional. That's your personal choice. If that's what you like, go ahead with that. So guys, here's what the paint looked like before, and here's where we want it to be. What do you think? Yeah, I know. I didn't really even go too crazy here. This paint is pretty soft. So we're using Kosh Chemie P601, their one cut and finish, and that is a little bit different than their micro cut and finish. This one's a little bit finer, and that one cuts a little bit more, and we're using their one cut and finish pad as well. And this is pretty thick. This is pretty thick foam. It's pretty dense, but it works well. Now I did find just a little bit of dusting. It would, dust just enough, so I would just blow it off, and it's fine. It does dust, so just be wary of that. At least it is on me. That's a brand new pad, and the humidity in here is not bad at all. It's actually pretty cool. I have my air conditioner going, so it's nice and cool in here and dry. So it's not due to humidity. So this product does dust a little bit. At least I'm finding it to dust. Of course, there's many different variables with that. It could be the oxidation on the paint because it's so dry. It can cause dusting. There's all sorts of variables. It doesn't really matter. You just blow off the dust, wipe it off. It's fine. It doesn't matter. The finish, though, is incredible. So let's work with that around the vehicle. I only have one of those pads, so once that one is kind of spent, I'm just going to use my regular orange pads from Lake Country, and we'll see if that makes a difference. So here's what I do to cut down on the dust. It's not a perfect cure for it, but it does help a lot. Vonix Gliz. This is a polishing optimizer, it's called. Basically, it just adds a little bit of polishing oils, and it kind of eliminates the dust, cuts down on it. Doesn't eliminate it 100%, but cuts down on the dust and makes for a very nice, easy wipe off. So I'm really liking this stuff. I've been using it a lot for compounding, and again, that helps with reducing dust and a better wipe off. So all you need to do is mist it, just one spritz, and you can, of course, you clean out your pad, and you spritz it, put your product, work it, and you can work 2 panels. So maybe every other time that you do your passes and your panels, you blow out your pad, of course, and then just one more spritz of this every other panel or so. Or if you do see it dusting, stop the machine, spritz this on, and then continue. The CRV is looking glossy. Look how nice it looks. Oh yeah. Paint is now all polished. It looks, wow, it looks so good. It's so glossy. And this paint was kind of finicky to work with too. For some reason the sides, the doors here were giving us some issues and leaving behind a little bit of haze, but we're able to at least finish it out enough so that it's decent. We're not going for 100% perfection here anyway. It is Enhancement. It's looking really, really nice. Yep, very happy with that. All right, good. Now let's move on to protection. All the trim is done, and we use the Mcguire's, that 360 stuff. Where'd it go? We use this, the Paint Protect. We don't use it on paint, we use it on trim. It works so well for trim, we love it. So all of this trim is protected with that. Yeah, it looks really, really nice. So now, paint protection and windshield protection. All the side glass is being cleaned, but let's pick something for the glass, for the windshield. Wow, is that on the inside? Oh, no, that's outside, okay, good. So for the windshield, we're going to use Griot's Garage Glass Sealant. Very easy product to use, and pretty underrated as well. It's an awesome, awesome glass sealant. You apply it like Rain-X. Just get full coverage. And yeah, you can polish the glass before if you want to, but this is so easy to apply. You just wipe it on, Let it haze. You can put another layer if you want, or you could just let it go with just one layer, but that's up to you. Now, as we're letting the windshield dry and haze up for that glass sealant, we're going to apply protection. Now, I haven't applied Sealant Shine in a long time. Let's use the new formula. It is SiO2 infused. The old formula was also. It just didn't say it. So, SiO2 ceramic sealant. This stuff is awesome. And new formula does seem to apply better with less smearing and smells nice.
Not like baby powder?
Not like baby powder, or I don't know what that scent was. Yep, much easier to apply.
No streaking?
No streaking or smearing. And if it does smear, let it sit for a little bit, and then you can always go back with a damp towel and a dry towel, just like all the other ceramic spray sealants. This stuff bonds immediately, and you can get it wet after. It's not a big deal. The glass sealant has hazed, and when you try to just remove it with a dry towel, you're going to be very upset because it doesn't do anything. So here's the trick. And we use this for any of those types of glass sealants, except for SiO2 sealants, of course. But with any of these, like the griots, or what's the other one called? I can't think of the glass sealant. It's gone from my brain. So any of those glass sealants like Rain-X or this one, here's our trick. We take a microfiber towel, completely soak it and wring it out so that it's damp. You can also mist the windshield with water. Doesn't matter, just use water to remove it. And you're just removing the top layer. It's already cured on here, so it's not going to mess with anything. It's just removing that top layer, then come back with your dry towel and buff away the residual water as it evaporates, and you're good to go. There we go. Looks awesome.
Running away as fast as he can.
Get away from her! She's crazy! No, it's the TikTok. That's the new thing. They're on the TikTok.
And we're done. CRV is looking incredible. We are just finishing up door jambs. We're using a little bit of the Total Detailing's Kinetic auto surface protection. We love that stuff. Great detailer. You can use it on all sorts of stuff. Paint, plastic, glass. It's a really nice, slick product. So it'll keep the door jambs clean as well and protected. So tires, wheels, looking great. We use Enzo Orbit and a new tire brush. That old one that we had, the bristles are pretty much worn down to a nub. But look at the gloss. It looks so good. All the trim and plastic looks amazing. And loving that new Sealant Shine. The new formula is great. We didn't have any issues with smearing, and if we did, we just use a second dry towel and it evaporates, it goes away. It's so easy to work with. Love it. Carpets here, we also steam them. Now, with our steamer, we were having a problem again with the cap. After about a year, the cap starts to fail and it will leak and puff out steam. So all I did is call directly the VX5000 company directly. They are awesome. Their customer service is top notch. He actually replied right away, and I got to talk to him the next day, and I bought another cap, and then I also bought another head here. So this right here detaches. I already had one of these little triangle heads, but the other nozzle that comes with this one here, only comes with the single point. So that's really good to get into, you know, tight areas. But when you combine it with this, it's not so good because you just get the single point coming out here. So this actually detaches. So here with this, it has 1, 2, 3 of the orifices, and they come out in like a little triangle pattern. That is better for this. It's actually designed for this. So the triangle pattern fits with this much better, and it will not leave any lines in your carpet. So now you can steam with this little head and it won't leave any lines in the carpet. Pretty awesome. So that's the only thing I had to replace on the steamer within about a year, is just that cap. But they said that there's like a little bladder in that cap that fails just because of the heat and everything, and you just buy a new one. It's about 30 bucks. So really not that bad to fix that. And the new brush, as you saw, this is just a new, I think it's a Chemical Guys brush or something like that. But these are great for tires. And the old one looks like this, worn down. Yeah, that's pretty bad. We can use it for other things, maybe wheel wells, but it starts to get annoying when you try to use this on tires. All right, guys, the Honda CR-V is done, and it's going to stay in here until the customer picks it up in about an hour or so or more, because outside looks like this. Yeah, so we don't want to go outside like at all. But this thing is looking awesome, and very, very happy with the outcome. As always, if you have enjoyed the videos, then continue. Nope, that's not what I wanted to say at all. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss stuff. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a great week.